是有人问我的。巨魔战场直接是这边拉了远古，再打远古。现在就看 LYG 的这个小了，小牛这个线上的一个加点是13对点的一个加点。爆发倒是没有什么爆发啊！巨魔战将贼肥，12分钟7100的经济。
Smash. Restin Gen 4 sudah tersedia di toko mainan di kotamu.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So 4 heroes bottom, actually all 5 as Jakiro's to the north up here. There is a bit of a ward farm being started up by Emp, but we'll have to see. I don't know. Easy kill with the arcane seal. Right away. No easy kill with the arcane seal. A lot of damage, of course, whatsoever. Clockwork doing a surprising amount of damage if you've ever seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good player plays that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Actually pretty strong with Skywrath. Almost all magic. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good with the. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good with a lot of damage, of course, whatsoever. Clockwork doing a surprising amount of damage if you've ever seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good player. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Actually pretty strong with. We get some big action. It's all magic. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good with the. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good with seeing a lot of damage, of course, whatsoever. Clockwork doing a surprising amount of damage if you've ever seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good player. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Actually pretty strong with. We get some big action. It's all magic. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good with the. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good with seeing a lot of damage, of course, whatsoever. Clockwork doing a surprising amount of damage if you've ever seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good player. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong with. We get some big action. It's all magic. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good with the. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it, but it is really good. Literally the old and wide. We've seen a lot of damage, of course, whatsoever. Clockwork doing a surprising amount of damage if you've ever seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good player. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong with. We get some big action. It's all magic. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it. Assassinate. Oh. Clockwork doing a surprising amount of damage if you've ever seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good player. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong with. We get some big action. It's all magic. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it. You kind of prefer the item on this. Assassinate. Oh. Clockwork doing a surprising amount of damage if you've ever seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good player. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong with. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it. You kind of prefer the item. Assassinate. Oh. Seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it. You kind of prefer the item. Assassinate. Oh. Seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it. You kind of prefer the item. Assassinate. Oh. Seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it. You kind of prefer the item. Assassinate. Oh. Seen these in-game scoreboards where like a really good. 200 gold against that hero. In-game scoreboards where like a really almost all magic that hero. Pretty strong. It's also really good. I didn't even mention it. I totally underestimated those hits. Huh. You would expect the Spirit Breaker to be a little more tanky,
Dire's
but
bottom tower is under attack.
I would expect him to have a lot of armor, and he's sitting with 10 armor, but you know, I totally underestimated those
probably would finish him
hits.
up. Anyway, there's the defensive slam. He actually gets the solo
expect
kill.
the
Kira going
Spirit
down.
Breaker to be a little more
Sick play if he gets out of it.
tanky,
Dire's
but
bottom
So
tower
the
is
mini
under
stun to
attack.
assassinate not there. I would expect him to have a lot of armor, and he's sitting with 10 armor, but you know, I totally underestimated
Sting
those
probably would finish him up.
hits.
Anyway, there's the defensive slam. He actually gets the
We'd
solo
expect
kill.
the
Kira going
Spirit
down.
Breaker to be a little more
Sick play if he gets out of it.
tanky,
Dire's
but
bottom tower is
mini
under
stun to
attack.
assassinate not there. I would expect him.
Dire's bottom tower
Nothing
is
really
under
going on
attack.
right now. No defense at all, so it seems like the tables have turned. The number of outer towers now favors the Radiant, who have 2 tier 2 towers left. And let's see how healthy they are. But, you know, the push lineup of Yuki was supposed to keep pushing, and they really seem like they're waiting for something. It could be the BKB onto this troll. He's still, like, what, 1,300 off? A blink is completed onto this dot OD. So he's farming up with that minus, and he is at the top of the net worth, I feel like I ought to mention, so hopefully we'll see him do big things this game. Probably just going to go in for the BKB and maybe a Linkins of his own. Seems like practically every OD builds the same things. Not a lot of items needed, and you can just steal it from your enemies. And as far as what else is going on, still no 4 staffs on either of these supports on the Dire. So this Clockwork still has a pretty big potential to be effective here. TPing into this bottom lane will be Nature's Prophet, so... Somebody just bought a Shadow Blade. Who was that? It was going to be MT. Wow, Shaker, pretty darn farm, honestly. Still the lowest farm core, but that was a nice timing. I feel like he can do big things in this next fight. Echo will be up in 18 seconds. He's actually looking for a solo kill bottom, but he's about to run into 2. Will he go for it is the question. Meanwhile, his team is taking Roche by themselves. Will he actually get a stun here? No. No back plays. Prophet's looking to just ward with that TPN, and we are going to see the Roche go down. So even though they're not the team that has the Roche advantage, they don't have the Troll, who can usually do a solo Roche with Mask of Madness. This is the first Roche of the game that has to go to the Radiance. I kind of feel like Yuki is just showing their, if I may say so, inexperience. I feel like they should have kept pushing. They certainly should have tried to take the Roche earlier when they had the little bit of map control that they had. So they're about to get pushed in now. The Aegis went on to EMP, or just EMP, I've been calling him, but probably it's EMP. I don't know. Haste. So just some farming in the enemy jungle. There is nice ward vision pretty much all over the map from the Dire, so they're very much in control of the map right now, but they're not being aggressive. And for the Radiance part, they're grouped up as 4 here, smoked and headed into the river, looking to run up into the Dire bottom jungle. Mystery on this Clockwork is in front, so I want to see this Clockwork hook someone and instantly blow him up with Mystic Flare, but will it be used?
Flare's here.
They are still just... Okay, they're going to break the smoke. They didn't find anyone, but it's funny that they should do that because Prophet is right there. Oh, they hit him! Nice job. Oh, wait, the hook? Okay, should have gone for the cogs, but will get away. If he had actually gone for the cogs right away, he might have been able to get that. I think the Gale might have hit. Maybe not. Yeah, so the Gale is on this Nature's Prophet. Pike will probably just finish him off, but he doesn't even need to use the active. He saves it for defensive purposes. He doesn't want to just, you know, give him the fog by sending him up that hill, so... Well done. They actually got a kill, and this should be a free tier 2 tower, honestly. I don't think they want to fight without their Prophet, but maybe with this BKB done on Troll, they will try. Oh, it's not quite done. It's 200 off. I figured he would have it by now. Let's check items real quick. 4 staffs on the Dire are done, and the Maelstrom's done on Sniper. I think the Radiant are looking to go high ground here, honestly. They still have the Aegis. They still have all their cooldowns, except for quick shot. These 4 staffs onto the supports of the Dire could make this next fight a little bit less effective as far as the Mystic Flare and even getting, you know, kiting this OD or this Venom is concerned, but we'll have to see. Some deep farming by MT on the Shaker. So what's he going for next? The BKB, obviously a solid choice. Not greedy whatsoever. I like to see the offlane Shaker actually work out. So I'm hoping he can just keep up his solo pickoffs. He had 2 nice ones earlier, and I don't know what the camera thinks it's doing, but let's just grab control of it. There's a smoke from the Dire. They're headed south, and the Radiant for their part are kind of wrapping around them. They're pinging out like they know what's going on, but there's going to be EMP in front. He would be a bad target to lose. And there's going to be a missed hook shot from Mystery, so YYH, Veno, and this Clockwork all sitting in this mid lane, right under the creeps, so I think Yuki will just back. They seem like they're just very tentative with their movements. The Spirit Breaker certainly doesn't want to be tentative. He wants to just go right in, start hitting people, and he hasn't had a chance to do that for the last 10 minutes, it seems. Don't want to feed anything, but I do feel like they want to try and disrupt at least the OD, maybe the Veno. Both would be nice. I do feel like even though Sniper can get big and still control, we see in the net worth the 2 top heroes right now are the OD and the Veno, and if you remember, the Sniper had a very poor start, so he's still nowhere near.
Radiant's couriers.
Solo pick on Sniper. He was farming way out, and he will get Echo Flame right on top. Break is now trying to get out, but he's gonna have to BKB and fight his way out. So this could be trouble for Veno. We do miss The Prophet going down to the north to Mystery in a solo kill, I believe. But there's the Aegis being popped. The big ol' Sanity's Eclipse on 2. And Troll and the Zakiro going down. That's a total of a 5-man wipe. And fight recap. Okay, here. Probably updated. Yeah. So 2 for 5 that game, or that fight. I guess Veno died very early or something. But either way, he's up now. Not sure if that fight recap was correct, honestly.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So definitely the push line from Yuki falling off way earlier than it should have. The sniper may be the problem, but we do see that even the Nature's Prophet, he's not been farming because he's been too afraid. He's been afraid of getting caught by the Clockwork and the Earthshaker. But you have to wonder if he'd been more aggressive, would they have had some more space, as they're now getting pushed in mid. The tier 3 tower will go down. BKB forced out by Veno, who did just complete that. That's his 10-second charge, but won't matter as they get a single barracks out of it. The melee rack's going down, and that's a TP out. Oh, barely too late on the Nether Strike. That's what Aurora is good for in these fights, but he's got to be a little bit more aggressive to be in that position. They will find a pickoff on a Prophet. He TP'd forward. Way aggressive. He hasn't completed any items, as we see here, since he hit that Orchid timing, I think, like 10, maybe 15 minutes ago even, like 12 minutes ago, something like that. So they have good vision once again. I will point out that the Dire supports, and I think Nature's Prophet has been assisting them, but I feel like Yuki just needed to keep up the pressure. They would have been fine. The Troll certainly has come online, and he hasn't even tried to fight, so you know, he's been getting caught out, it seems like. Not killed necessarily in fights, but he did get ganked twice, and then he really hasn't had a chance to just go ham and start beating on someone, getting those bashes. So there's another smoke. I think they still have the Aegis. It hasn't been reclaimed yet, but it probably might be about to be. And uh-oh. Wait, that was Shaker going in? Okay, I didn't even see him there. I figured this Radiant team was actually going in for a gank, but they were going to save MC and he will go down. But I was gonna look, is the Aegis still up? Oh yeah, so it was popped, I'm just forgetting. So Aurora's, he's dead. He will get blown right up. The Rocket Flare, the Ancient Steel, and the Arcane Bolt all doing a ton of damage together. And it looks like Yuki's about to get run down as well. I don't even know what he was slowed by, but he sure looked like he was moving at a very slow pace compared to the Skywrath and all these mobility items at least. So there's still a hook shot onto Mystery. I think they can continue to engage. In fact, they're going to go look for green bottom. It is Prophet here on an island, so I guess they're going to decide to just go in mid and let Prophet come to them. Maybe finish off this next barracks. Troll's actually heading in for the Fusel now. I don't know if it's mostly for the OD, I guess.
Shrine is under attack. Dire's top shrine has fallen.
Shrine's being taken by the Radiant, so closing up this map as much as they can.
Yes.
So, there was actually an Atos on this Skywrath I haven't called out. Let's see if I missed anything else. So BKB was complete on Sniper. I believe that's fresh. Yep, so fresh BKB on Sniper. There's a blink on Break on the Troll. Going to be a Shiva's next after the Lincolns for this OD. Doesn't even feel like he needs the BKB, considering that if he does get jumped on, it is going to be just the Spirit Breaker bashing him anyway, so as well as a Troll, of course. So Bash Bros might as well just skip BKB and focus on the Lincolns, which is hopefully going to let him get out of the initiation. See how fast his fingers are. There is a gank coming in. MT's going to go ahead and Shadow Blade. There's a sentry placed right down there. He's going to go in on Jakiro. Oh man, MT is really manly this game. He just loves killing dragons. He's a dragon slayer. That is the manliest cow I've seen in a long time. Not since FY played last have I seen Shaker plays that aggressive. He really just doesn't care if they go on him. He's just going to drop that Echo if he needs to. He saved it that time. He didn't even need it. So the Fisher and the big ol' Enchant Totem were enough. I'm not sure if that's just a lack of armor on Jakiro or what. Let's see how poor he is. Just a 4 staff and only 4 armor, so maybe that's why he just died so fast. He looked like he was made of paper though. So the Radiant are now farming the enemy top jungle, going to split up and do their thing. Nature's, for his part, is getting closer to that BKB, but I don't feel like a fighting item is honestly what this Nature's Prophet needs. He really just needs to keep ratting as much as he can. And we see there's 2 tier 2 towers. That would be some sweet gold. You might need to cut some creeps to get it, but getting that tower gold would probably help this whole team a lot more than showing up to fights with a BKB. I'm just gonna guess. And as far as, well, actually I should show you guys the net worth. Oh, there's a, wow, butterfly on this. Holy moly, EMP is rich. So he just finished a big item. This is going to be a big timing for them. Chat, which one is old meta, which one's a new meta? You mean like the old meta is the troll sniper? Because I feel like troll sniper is kind of so old it's new right now. So as far as the net worth goes, we're sitting at 15k in favor of LIG. I have seen these guys play well a couple of times when I have watched their series, so I'm not too surprised to see LIG playing well. And we see in this little dip in the early game, that's when the push lineup of Yuki was actually working. They were getting tower gold. So as far as sniper goes, he's working on an MKB. He already saw that butterfly. I'm guessing there were some components or he had some vision, so he knows he needs to counter that item. Hey, Ronnie.
Dire's bottom shrine.
So there's going to be a Rosh up, just came up, and the Radiant are right on top of it. So even though the Dire had some nice ward coverage, they aren't really on top of it enough to... There's actually a Treant coming in, but they're not close enough to stop this Rosh. So will it even matter? Feeling like it won't. Even though they know the Rosh is happening, nothing they're going to do to stop it. And it looks like it's going to be another easy high ground push. Veno with his long attack range and even the, you know, the OD to a certain extent, they're going to be doing some chip damage no matter what happens here. So I'm feeling like Yuki are backed into a corner and ratting is their best strategy probably. I wonder what you guys think, chat, as far as like items on Prophet besides a BKB. I mean, Maelstrom just to push the lanes faster would be nice, but I don't know if there's some other way he can push harder. A Deso, I don't know. Alright, so here's a bit of a push bottom now. They have the Aegis, they have everything they need, they have a gem on Shaker. So I'm assuming the Shaker's going to go in first and look for the pick like he has been finding. I've been really impressed by NT.
Dire's bottom
He might not be a, I'm not sure if he's a stand-in or what, but he's playing like a real pro off-lane Shaker. You know, better than a lot of the other top-level Chinese teams I've seen. So
bottom shrine has fallen.
Kudos to him. The extra Treant's Prophet gonna allow Natures to at least hold this lane steady, but I think bottom is about to be a big engagement as the Shiva's blink in from Dot. He just doesn't care. He is not sitting on the Aegis. It's on Veno, I'm guessing. So Veno, for his part, he doesn't have any lifesteal, but he's still pretty tanky, and he's sitting on a cheese as well. So he will just ditch the Aquila for a cheese right now. I feel like there's just going to be a big blink slam as soon as somebody groups up or shows. Maybe I can show you guys the Radiant vision for this. So the Radiant are looking to go in. More Assassinates coming out, but it doesn't even matter. As one Rax, the range Rax has gone down already. And EMP for his part, sitting on that Aegis, he just, you know, he could go back in, I feel like, but this Linken's onto OD and this Aegis onto Veno. I don't know who they're going to kill as far as, you know, the side of Yuki. Maybe they need to commit the troll. He really just needs to go in with BKB, but they're waiting for him. In fact, there's the Linken's pop. Now that he can be committed by troll, is he going to run anyone down? He's going to find Venom, but that's the Aegis pop. Now the charge in, they're going to Skyrat. There's the Cogs, but no Mystic Flare to follow up. Both of the hero little spells drop, but not hitting anyone. And there's the Nova over the top. I think it maybe hit one. Spirit Breaker fall. BKB is everywhere. MT popping his fresh BKB as well. I think Sniper didn't even get that BKB. Oh, he did, okay. But still, he went down. Crit is the next item on this Sniper, but I don't think he was hitting anyone long enough to get any kills. There's the buyback. Sniper has decided this is their final stand. The hammer dropped by OD, picking off the Troll, the Mega Carry, the actually only farmed carry. And EMP is just going to farm their Fountain, so chat, this looks like GG, and right as I decide, I think they've decided too, Yuki maybe just missed their window. well played by LYG to come back in that game after a bit of a rough start. Not too rough, but they definitely ruined the Snipers game early, and I don't know if it's all to blame the OD, but OD certainly had a crisp performance. I want to check his kill score, but it was pretty high. So I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing, guys. I'm going to pull up the Chinese stream, but once the draft starts, I should be able to get it in-game, just so you know. I was not entirely sure, so going forward, I think that these are all going to be on the ticket. So as far as kill score, only 1 death on this OD. What a 6 score line. Impressive KDA, and even the Venom holding it down on 4-1 and 8, so both cores on the Radiant, just solid play all around. I feel like the Butterfly really crippled this Sniper. He was going in for that MKB, and he knew he had to buy something, but Sniper having a pretty crippling early game, even though he only died 3 times. Maybe you could put some of the blame on the Nature's Prophet for not finding the openings to rat. But either way, that was game 1, so we will be back with game 2 of Yuki and LYG coming up as soon as possible. And give me 1 sec, we will pull up the Chinese stream. Oh, it's kind of frozen. Here we go. So, as usual, we get to see the end of the game, slightly delayed on the Chinese stream, but stay tuned for the next game. Feel free to ask me any questions in chat. I'm just going to hang out, guys. A bash. How's it going, chat? Let me know if you guys want my horrible, uninformed opinion on which team will win the next game. But LYG looked very comfortable, and Yuki, I don't know who their captain was, but he should have given them a pep talk. They looked scared. If Yuki plays scared in game 2, I don't think they have much choice but to lose again. So hopefully they at least draft differently if they're going to play like that. There's definitely ways you can win. I think Sniper Troll used to be the way to do that. Hijo Deluri Son. I have no clue. MLB, not my sport. So the next series I'm going to cover after this should be, according to the schedule, it should be Cavalry versus Viduobao. Or probably just VDB, but either way. I think I'm going to stop after 2 tonight. Most of the other teams. The 4th series might be really good. It's Newbie Young versus Rock Y. Or just Rock. I think yeah. Either way, Rock is a team that's caught my attention already, but I'm enjoying getting on a more normal sleep schedule, and these are not the highest tier Chinese teams. Definitely enjoying just having a cast every night so I can keep the practice up, keep the channel alive and all that. Hope you guys are excited for the patch. I don't think it's necessarily this week, but there's still a chance. I can't stop thinking about it myself, so if you guys have questions about anything like that, let me know. There was a lot of patch fever on Reddit today. I'm sure you guys saw that. If one of you guys sees the game go up or the lobby go up, let me know in chat. Just don't troll me. That's no longer funny. I'm actually the only live Dota right now. Everybody else is just streaming pubs. It's pretty cool. What do I think about the patch? I've said this a few times, but I mean, we're obviously getting 2 heroes. I really, really hope there's some items. I'll be pretty sad if there's not new items. I made some predictions earlier today in a thread, but people were asking who you think will get reworked. I actually have a pretty interesting prediction for that. I mean, I think Techies has got to be touched, because I want Techies back in CM, if I'm being honest. If he's not going to be in CM, you might as well rework him. But I feel like Lion might get touched. I kind of feel like something will be done to Mana Drain, or, you know, something to further differentiate him. Well, I mean, you know, the nerfs are kind of inevitable. I mean, it's easy to tell who will get nerfed. Some of the, you know, less cancer heroes still might get nerfed, but it's hard to tell, really. The big thing might be the Aghanims rework, but I can't predict that. The leak about that was not reliable, so there was a lot of flaws with the way it was proposed. So CM -5 movement speed. Oh god, no, I hope not. I mean, they'll probably give Necro like -1 armor or something like that and call it good. So Ice Frog, please. If I had to make a request, I would love it if Skywrath was a viable mid hero. That would make me very happy, but I kind of doubt it. LYG won game 1. It was pretty one-sided after like 15 minutes. So if you're a betting man, and I don't know why you would bet on something as risky as tier 3 Chinese Dota, but I think Yuki looked a little tilted. Not tilted, but they did not look like they were sure of themselves. So maybe they're going to be better in game 2, but they definitely need to draft differently if they're going to play like that. A few patches ago, they would have been able to hold the high ground for like 20 minutes with Sniper Troll, but they didn't seem like they were either very effective or there was some other issue. But, you know, I don't want to judge any team by one performance, because clearly Yuki are good enough to be here. I've never played on a team of this caliber. I mean, yeah, I think LYG is clearly a safer bet, but that's all I'm going to say about it. I don't think these teams have ever played before, so there's really no way to tell. I'm going to look at Yuki's record, though. Yuki might be new to this. Yeah, I don't see any Yuki games on the... Here, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. I don't see any Yuki games on here, so... I think that means that this is their first game in the league, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'm sure they got here somehow, but... Yeah, there's no games for them on this first page, so... I don't know what to conclude from that, but it doesn't seem like they're, you know, off to a solid start. We missed, I didn't even know there was games last night, otherwise I might have tried to cover them, but we missed the Eclipse games last night. Well, game. And We Are Young is probably a team I would like to watch, but... So I'm wondering who's even doing the Chinese coverage for this, because there's no Kiko, there's no analyst desk, so somebody's probably covering it. But who do I think will win Dream League? Oh, the lobby's up. I'll try to answer that one sec though. I have to remind myself of all the teams in it, because I'm sure I'm forgetting like one off the top of my head, but. I mean, Liquid would be a safe bet. I don't think Newbie are going to take it if they end up in the same TI final matchup again, but besides that, isn't Dream League where trying to remember if it was Kingwin or Secret who qualified. I feel like giving Liquid a run for their money will pretty much come from like Secret if they got there. But we're actually let's just stop worrying about that for now. Thanks for the questions though. So here's game 2 coming up. As you can see at the top, I don't want to have to repeat this for everybody, so try to help anybody who's confused. But game 1 was LYG. After about 15 minutes, it was very one-sided.
Ten seconds remaining.
So, same bands, I believe, as last time. Maybe going to grab the
5
Prophet again for
seconds
Yuki,
remaining.
but you have to wonder whether they feel confident in it after that Prophet player went like 2 and 8 or something. He was definitely the most deaths, or tied for the most deaths with the Jakiro last game, so I don't think Yuki should go for a push lineup, but they still might. Oh, Batrider was different. Let me go see. Something else has got to be different then. So the first pick's going to be the Shaker for Yuki. So the hero that got through, that wasn't through last time, was the... Oh no, it's the same bands. I'm losing my mind. So either way, already some shifts in the draft. No push lineup being signaled yet by Yuki. They did go like basically 4 push heroes. And the Rattle Trap, the clockwork that worked so well for Mystery.
Remaining.
I don't know if their offlaner plays it, but he had a great offlane Shaker, so I wouldn't put it past him. Very impressed by his play. And there's the Veno. I would have mentioned the Veno next, but you pretty much always expect him to be picked in the first round by these Chinese teams if he gets through. And in the last game, he made it to the second round before being picked, so... Surprised maybe Yuki don't play it, maybe they just don't value it, but it does seem like it might be an oversight. I don't know if the Batrider is always, you know, as effective as the Veno in my book. And they're going to grab the Jakiro again, so the beginnings of the same draft they had last time. At least the Jakiro is the same. They went for a push lineup last time on Yuki. So yeah, Chad, if you have suggestions or predictions, shout them out, but hey, Hurricane.
10 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
Cherry, I forgot to do that. I can maybe do it, like, right
5
here.
seconds remaining.
Waiting for the second round of bans here. So not a lot I can predict for LYG yet, but I hope they go for the Skywrath again. It didn't do a ton that last game, but they got at least a couple of big flares off. Okay, Cherry, you should have Moobot now. It might take a second to update or something, but they did run the one position Veno last time. It could be the mid, but I mean it could also be the offlane. That's the beauty of the Veno. It's been a long time since support Veno was a thing, but you know, in this China meta, who knows what'll happen?
Dire team
It was one position last time. So we get some nice bans. They're going to ban the Tinker again. I'm a little disappointed. I would really rather see Yuki's Tinker than just get another slightly one-sided game. But the Necrophos thankfully banned. I'm always happy about that.
Remaining.
A has kind of been ignored this series so far. Not banned in the first
5
round like a lot of
seconds
other teams will. So I guess that's their solution is, might as well just ban him. OD banned by Yuki, so they don't want to deal with that. And I guess they know something I don't, or actually they're just wary of the Cogs combo. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I cast out a lot of Necro games where I feel like he won lanes that seemed unwinnable and came back, and I don't know. I don't hate the hero or anything, but I've seen him a lot, so anytime Necro gets banned, it is more entertaining. I feel like for everybody.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like the one thing Necros aren't doing very much is focusing on the healing and like the team fight, aspect. They're just going for the single Reaper's kill, and it's just not that exciting. There's lots of other heroes that can do that, so Kind of wish more Necros would go for defensive item builds, but that's just me. Yeah, there's been some really crazy Necro games, honestly. And there's the Skywrath again, so they love the Cogs combo. I'm assuming that's going to be a core Clockwork. It could still be a support, but I just have a feeling. I feel like we're going to see another support here, but maybe they'll go for like the LC, the Tusk, the other ones I mentioned. Faceless Void was also banned last game, so they could go for that as their one position and then run the mid Veno.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, picking Hurricane, it was a first pick Shaker and then a second pick Clockwork, but who even knows whether we'll see that interaction? They might just avoid it. LYG had the Shaker last game, so it won't be the exact same draft for them, but Yuki now really need to make a clear, battle plan. They need to make a clear decision here. They're at a big turning point for their draft. I wonder if we're going to see the kind of push lineup again. I kind of feel like they should just try to farm up a carry and do some traditional 4 protect 1 kind of stuff. I suggested the Anti-Mage or the Ember Spirit last game. It's going to be the Veno, so a lot of people think this hero is disgusting, but at least in this matchup, I think it's pretty darn good. It is good against the Skywrath, not able to be harassed very efficiently, and the magic resistance of Corrosive Skin is really helpful.
10 seconds remaining.
So I hope their mid player likes that hero.
5
I
seconds
saw like
remaining.
one game where Vici put Ori on the safe lane Viper, and he looked so miserable, and they lost that game. So you just hope that the mid player isn't gonna like tilt because of the hero. I don't know about any of these players right now, so I'm learning as we go. But I think it's the bottom player who's the mid player. I mean, how would you suggest countering Viper? I'm almost wondering whether they want to go for like a, I don't know, like Bane comes to mind for me. He can harass a Viper and make his life miserable.
Dire team pick.
There's the Quap, so they've decided they want to lane the Quap mid and the safe lane Veno most likely. So Quap should be able to handle the matchup. She has such good animation and damage that I don't think Viper really ever pulls too far ahead of her. Should be pretty
10
even.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
LYG's lineup still seems more aggressive, so can't wait to see some big flares this time, hopefully. I kind of want to see the Faceless Void still, actually, for LYG too. We don't know if it's the offlane clock or a support clock, so make your predictions, chat. Feel free. We're all just guessing at this point, because I'm sure none of you are experts on Yuki. I think this is their first best of 2 played of this particular league, so Yuki may be very new to the scene. They might be lower level, pub stars who have just now broken through, so I'm not exactly sure what the story of Yuki is, but we can make one up. That'd be okay.
Radiant team ban.
Ooh, Magnus. Alright, so they have a plan. It's to win the team fights. So even though they have, the Veno on LYG, and, Sonic Wave is a lot of burst,
Dire
but
team ban.
for Yuki's part, they're looking to just get this Echo Slam and the Reverse Polarity off. That's a ton of control. So Anti-Mage is, in fact, banned by LYG. I feel like they ought to have grabbed that here if they wanted it for Yuki, so maybe we could see, like, the safe lane Ember to fill kind of the same role.
10
I'm not entirely
seconds
sure.
remaining.
What else would they go with? Yeah, Hurricane has the right idea.
5
Maybe a PA to
seconds
combo
remaining.
with this Magnus. Juggernaut would be good too. He'd give him a little bit of push presence.
Dire team pick.
LC now banned by Yuki. So worried about the offlane LC, I guess. Good combo with the Skywrath, but I don't even think LYG are going to look for anything else to combo. Who knows? So they seem to think it's a support Clockwork. Might as well be, I
10
guess.
seconds remaining.
The only big offlaner left that LYG could
5
get
seconds
is Faceless
remaining.
to combo with the Skywrath, but I don't think they're
Radiant team
necessarily going to go that direction. So it is going to be the Terror Blade. I feel like that's a pretty I mean, he's good at pushing and he's okay with Empower, but he gets blown up by all this magic damage. There is a ton of magic damage on LYG. Terrorblade's going to have to be really careful. The Empower will help him farm, and
10 seconds
RP
remaining.
can be nice, but
5 seconds remaining.
I'm wary of this Terrorblade, as you guys probably know this, but he's tied with Enchantress for the lowest starting or health in the game, so he does have like 10 starting armor, but you know, he's going to be rotated on by the Skywrath, perhaps this Clockwork, and then once like Quap hits 6, Sonic Wave will just chunk him right down. So we're going to have to see if Yuki can execute a little more cleanly than last game. Their other 4 cores will be, or heroes will be making room for Terrorblade basically. It's a 4 protect 1 strategy. Chat calling out for Puck, but actually it's the Enigma. Alright, I like that. So it's the offlane Enigma, the support Clockwork. He played really well as well, the mystery Clockwork. So this should be a lot of fun. Some big black holes. They've kind of decided they want a little bit of team fight of their own to counter Yuki's. And I have a feeling that MT is going to get some big ones, because he had some great Echo Slams last game. Yeah, I'm worried about TB. Sunder has like a, I don't want to guess, but it's pretty like noticeable cast point, so I do feel like Sunder is basically Terrorblade's only lifeline. Even if he does have BKB, I'm worried that he's just going to get black holed, so probably won't even go for it early enough to matter. So we'll have to see how it goes for Yuki. Will they come back in game 2 and split this series 1-1, or will LYG run them over? This is game 2, and I'm your caster Freelance. So we are getting straight into a lovely pause. We get to inspect the Chinese cosmetics. Poor Enigma, he didn't get the memo. You're supposed to have the cosmetic, dude. Come on. What's up with you? Are you call yourself a Chinese professional and you don't have the Enigma cosmetic? Come on. So, kind of want to go over the player names while they're all paused too, so we might as well do that. On the side of LYG, it's going to be EMP on the Venom again, Mystery on the Clockwork again, YYH on the Skywrath again, and then Dot, who played the OD last game, on the mid-quap, and MT, who played the Shaker last game on the off-lane Enigma. Big TP's out, both sides sending out a total of, well, 2 for the Radiant, 1 for the Dire. 6-6, I think he played the Jakiro last time. We do see it's going to be the off-lane Magnus supported by probably the Jakiro. The mid, oh, it's actually the Troll player from last time, so he's going to be, okay, I'll read that in a second, Hurricane, but I'm going to finish this. Break is playing the mid Viper, so I think he was the safe laner last game. I already mentioned that you want your mid player to enjoy the hero, or at least not hate Viper, so maybe that's why they've switched. Aurora, who played the Spirit Breaker last time, will be playing the Shaker, and then whoever the mid player was, I think, last time, he'll be playing the Terrorblade. Unless something else. I'm not entirely sure, but I think actually this was the mid player before. I think the Magnus was the mid player. Either way, it doesn't really matter what they played last game. So Chad has confirmed for me Terrorblade should be able to sunder between battery salt ticks. So that's a nice fact to know. But we will have to watch and see if the Shaker gets and Jakiro. Shaker and Jakiro are 2 of the longest cast point heroes, and they're gonna be really struggling to get off their spells against this Clockwork. And Mystery had a great game last game, so no action before the bounty runes are snatched. Let's hope for a much better mid lane for Yuki this game. So the Dire supports are actually already headed in mid. They are smoked. They have plenty of duration, so they're going to go for the level 1 gank onto this Quap. But she does have YYH already supporting her. She's about to get jumped on and she doesn't have Blink, but she will be Fisher blocked, so they're going to take a good bit of damage. In fact, she's not even going to try. She could be able to squeeze through it, but this is first blood. Quap going down to the Viper already. Huge start for Yuki. Much better than last game. YYH has taken a lot of damage as well. So they're going to leave the Jakiro mid while sending the Shaker top. So let's keep our eyes here, mid mostly, but I want to keep an eye out for this rotation. I think MT just Spidey sensed that rotation and got back, so safe in the top lane for now. Salve already forced out, sounds like. Not sure who that was. So if you weren't here last game, the mid lane was severely imbalanced. That's kind of how Yuki got off to such a poor start, even though they did take a bunch of towers, but Skywrath has gone top now, so Pop is actually alone against this dual lane, but she has taken Blink at level 2, so she'll be fine if they really do go on her. Even with the Fisher now, she won't really be able to be killed again. Terrorblade off to the early CS lead, and not a lot else as far as action. The bottom lane should be pretty safe for this. Wait, it's actually the, okay. Yeah, it's the offlane Magnus. Sorry, I got confused about what teams they were, but Magnus should be fine for now, at least. He's farming decently well. Too, as we see, he's actually out farming the Quap right now, so she's having a bit of a rough start. Not that far behind the Viper, but actually 5 CS at this point. Viper off to a really good lead, but he might be in danger when level 6 hits for this Quap, so we'll have to watch for that. A lot of poison attack damage and nether toxin damage. Going to definitely make Quap run for her life there, but she's fine. So Jakiro's rotated bottom, so now it's a 2 versus 1 favoring the Radiant in the mid lane. Break might have a little bit of a rough time getting any CS without his Jakiro here to spew fire, but we'll have to see. Bottom, they're pinging like they're going to go. But he's going to TP out, actually right back to the tower, so he's actually 6-6 in the tree. And there's the Clockwork to die, so I didn't even expect that to kill him, but that was a level 2 shockwave. That totally surprised me. Clockwork just baiting a little too hard. Nice shockwave by the offlaner. Salve onto Viper, so doing the nice little backpack trick for his max EX or health gain. So as far as items, the offlane Magnus is going straight in for a Soul Ring. Quap has to blink out mid. In fact, will she tick down? She'll be fine. But that was a lot of damage. No level 6 yet on the Viper, of course, but the poison attack definitely stacking up, and the corrosive skin can really make Quap regret using her spells, so I think she maybe just tossed in a dagger or something there. No other items, I guess, showing yet. Let's see what TP is going for. Nothing yet. Probably the Mask of Madness, though. I've seen some weird TV builds lately. Could be a defusal, though. You never know. Okay, will in fact find Aurora. Uh-oh. He's not going to be killed because they don't have a stun, but well played to TP on out of there. He was in the Roche pit. I thought he was trapped. So Enigma is farming away okay top, but not getting quite as farmed as you might expect. I think he's been zoned, I guess, by the Shaker a bit. Shaker did TP right on up here, so he's back in the top lane. We've had 2 kills already, but this feels like a very slow-paced game. With might be a bit of a farm fest until the Radiant feel like they can rotate. And I'm probably going to go for a Midas, but you never know. He could just go straight for a Blink and surprise us all. I'd love that. Uh-oh. That was bottom. Skywrath getting picked by the Jakiro. That was supposed to be a gank on to Magnus, but where did Jakiro go? Jakiro actually left the lane, TP top, and he still got to kill bottom. I'm not sure how I quite missed that, but there's some DOT onto that Skywrath, and somehow he ticked down there. So back to the mid lane, watching for these level 6s to hit. Quap and Viper, actually, whoa, a lot of experience missing for this Quap. Not a lot of denies for the Viper, but still, she's only just hit level 5, as Viper has hit his level 6. He actually doesn't take the Viper Strike, so feels like he could just kill Quap, like, you know, by diving the tower, but wants to get more points into Corrosive Skin.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Enigma even takes the black hole at level 6. I really hope he at least takes his ult so he can be aggressive. And Magnus, for his part, he's still level 5. So taking a bunch of damage from that corrosive skin. I don't think you even should. Why is she maxing? Uh-oh.
No.
I don't know what the Quap's plan is, but I don't know why she's maxing Shadow Strike first against max corrosive skin. That doesn't seem like the play to me. And Mystery and YYH are both mid now, as well as the 2 supports of the Dire. So Break is quite low, but Quap still doesn't have level 6. If she had level 6, that's a dead Nether Drake, but not yet. YYH going to do as much zoning as he can, but he might be punished. In fact, I think this could be an easy... Yeah, he's dead. That's a lot of DOTs. Any overextension heavily punished by these 2 slows and DOTs combined from the Viper and the Jakiro. I guess Viper has just decided he'd rather tank up than actually try and be aggressive, but level 7 and he's maxed corrosive skin with 2 points of Nether Toxin, so the 1, 2, 4 build, and probably Nether Toxin at level 8. He's almost there though. In fact, let's look at the levels overall. He is the most farmed, as Quap is still level 5. That is not good for this Quap. We're seeing kind of the reverse of the mid lane we had last game. LIG being very coordinated. I think chat does have a point there. Doesn't look like the same team, but you know they played really well in the start of the early game, last game, too. So still the 2 Dire supports sitting on level 3. So maybe they will fall off, you know, in a few minutes when their supports are struggling. But for right now, this Viper is very dominant. He has phase boots. I don't think that's exactly super common. He has hit level 8, and he's not even taking Viper Strike. So that skill just not worth using. I don't understand it, but we will observe and try to learn, as Break is, in fact, out-CSing the Quap by a factor of 100% right now. Uh-oh. So, Mystery went in and found Jakiro. He was low in the jungle, but I was not even paying attention to that. But Quap is getting doubled up on by this Viper. This feels bad for her. The rotations from the Radiant support still headed in towards this bottom lane in the tier 1. I think they want the Magnus. Probably going to save up for Blink now, but he's sitting on just 600 right now, so maybe go to kill him before he gets too close. I think Mystery is showing. 6-6 is here. He wants to threaten that kill again, but as for Enigma's items, he's going into the Midas, I believe, so this is pretty much the build I've seen out of Chinese offlane Enigmas. And EMP, he's headed in for the Pike first. Same exact build as last time.
Tower is under attack.
Viper's actually threatening this tower mid, dealing a good amount of damage, but actually, the Black Hole, the Enigma's going to be close. Will he get it off? The Malefice, will they run into, oh, the battery cell. This is a dead Viper. They don't even need the Black Hole. They decided against it. There's the, alright, there it is. So they throw, one ult would have been fine, but they really don't like Nether Drakes. They're nasty creatures. So might as well, in fact, Jakiro accepts his fate. Bit of an ambitious dive in there, as he's a very slow hero. So once he committed, he was pretty much dead if anybody showed up. And the EMP is just going to happily take this tower bottom if he can. And slither away, in fact, dropping bananas as he goes. Wants to trip up the enemies, but the taunt actually has no effect. Just enrages the enemy. He will chase him down with Shockwave and a big ol' Metamorphosis Terrorblade. This Terrorblade looks angry. He's got big old orbs on his hands. He hits for 250 at 10 minutes, so that's a big demon. And the rotation from the rest of the Radiant team is here. The cogs onto Aurora. Terrorblade getting blown right up by Skywrath, who is, you know, finally coming into his own with some doubles. And the Fisher looking for Aurora to escape, but barely getting out. So a total of a, yeah, 1 for 2. So Terrorblade the one to go down. This Viper I feel like needs to get active. I'm not sure what item he would wait for, but looks like he's going to go for a Pike of his own, starting with a Force Staff. EMP, I believe he is starting with the,
close, but
he's not here. Where'd Venno go? So Venno's mid now. He's going for the Force Staff first.
Dire's structures are fortified.
building up a wall of wards, and I do think that maybe this lane matchup favors the Veno a little bit more than the Quap at this point.
I say
Looks like they're going to smoke here. Yeah, smoke from the Dire.
Dire's top tower is under
The
attack.
sneaky footprints of Terrorblade, of course, aren't visible to the enemy, but rather they're not very sneaky.
Dire's top tower.
So smoke
is
coming in
falling.
around the north side here. They want to find EMP on this mid lane Veno, but there's two supports sitting behind him. Clock and Sky are smoked. They kind of know this is coming. I don't know if they have vision or what, but the smoke pops on Aurora, so I think they know there's a support. YWH is now showing they're looking for 6-6, but the Fisher stuns him out. Now the hookshot in, it does get most of the Mystic Flare damage, but no cogs to follow. Now going to be a huge cogs if he uses it, but he doesn't have the cooldown. Either way, the cogs not used. A break to go down finally to the Arcane Bolt, and there's the Sonic Mover at the top. That's a total of a 1 for 3. Only the support Clock traded out for 3 heroes, so well played by the Clockwork. His life given valiantly for his team. EMP surviving that matchup, not enough
Dire's
poison.
middle tower is
Maybe
under
Viper
attack.
should have gone for Viper Strike. I'm no expert, but
Worthy tribute. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower
and
is
Enigma
under attack.
completes his Hand of Midas, so let's look at net worth at this point. So Enigma, the most farmed hero on the Radiant. Not surprising, but a little surprising that the EMP Veno is having so much trouble. He wasn't really up against a tough lane from Magnus. So let's check the support, or excuse me, the offlane Magnus. He's 1200 off the blink. Enigma probably going in for either a mech or a blink next. Uh-oh. That was YYH. Oh, they found Terrorblade. I'm going to cheat for this one. I want to see this. So there, he gets the Sunder off. Thought looking to run, but oh my goodness. Skywrath does so much damage with the Steel. And they didn't even commit Black Hole for that. I do end up missing the Clockwork going down bottom.
Dire's middle tower
But he was just
is
in the
under
wrong
attack.
place at the wrong time, as
Radiant's
Viper has finally
bottom
skilled his ult
tower is
and
under
used it, so
attack.
he's learned a new spell. Good for him.
Radiant structures
He's also
are
rotated for the
fortified.
first time, so I think this is what
Dire's
Yuki
middle
need to be
tower
doing
is
here.
under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
EMP looks like he's starting to catch up a bit,
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
and the mid tower goes down to
Radiant's
EMP, so there's a
bottom
nice
tower is
bit of
under
gold
attack.
in his pocket, but Viper will do the same bottom, so a bit of a trade.
Dire's top tower is under
Terrorblade standing mid. I have to think he needs to keep farming. He's sitting on the Dragonlance, but I feel like the Radiant are going to be hunting him, so. And as far as rotations, the Radiant are headed top.
attack. Dire's top tower
More
is under
bananas.
attack.
Lovely taunt.
Dire's structures are
So
fortified.
Enigma is here. They have Black Hole still. I'm sure the Radiant or the Dire know there's no blink yet, but we'll have to see if there's any chance for a team fight or whether the Dire are going to give up this tower.
Radiant's
There's no
bottom
blink on
tower
Aurora.
is under
He's
attack.
way off. About 1800. So the Dire, all 5 heroes now in the vicinity of this top tier 2, and the Radiant will back. They have some vision. We can see back lines. So Quap's gonna get on out of there. Enigma as well. Everybody's just gonna leave. So as far as net worth advantage, it's pretty darn close. It was going in favor of Yuki, but this is how the last game looked too. The last game it just spiked on up from here and never stopped slowing down. So Yuki having a pretty strong early game, but they seem to always have a bit of a
Radiant
moment of
are
hesitation when it hits the mid game. I hope they stay aggressive. They need this Viper and this Magnus to make space, so they are only 200 gold off the Magnus Blink. That's what they really need to get their rotations started here. And Dot's just going to look for this kill on Magnus. She decides against throwing the ult, but Magnus going ahead and skewer away. Doesn't know who else is up in the dark. Magnus apparently is afraid of the dark, and speaking of which, 6-6 maybe ought to be afraid of the dark, as he has just been ganked by Mystery, the enemy support, the 4 position, but it is going to be a case of who's ganking who here. As Mystery will go down, no support in the area, so space created. Spam that chat wheel. And Dot and EMP now returning to the bottom lane to finish
Dire's
off that
bottom
tower, so
is under attack.
just a bit like 300 gold going the way of the Dire there. So this tower is a fair
Dire's
trade and
bottom tower has
gonna
fallen.
make it spike back up. Tower giving 200 apiece, or 200 to co-op and a little less per a piece, I guess.
Dire's
Either way,
bottom tower
outweighs a
is
single
under
clockwork
attack.
kill, that's for sure. And there's the Enigma
Radiant
blink.
structures
So
are
Enigma getting his blink
fortified.
before the offlane mag. If we look at the net worth of these two heroes, the difference between them is roughly equal to a blink dagger. So that Midas has kind of paid off already, honestly, for Enigma. Metamorphosis was committed. I'm not sure what they were looking for, but they didn't really get any objective with it. Mid tower is still up. It was probably chipped, but I'll go jump over there and look. So yeah, the mid tier 1 tower for the Radiant did take a bunch of chip damage. Oh, first RP used. There's the blink. EMP getting caught. Pops the Nova. Now the Viper Strike. EMP knows he's dead, but he's hoping he can get enough damage that the follow-up from Mystery will come in. So it is going to be Magnus to fall, Benno to fall, but Break is in no danger as Mystery now needs to run for his life. He is a fast little robot, but will he escape? Now there's MT. Is this the huge black hole? A single man. No ice path, but the Macropyre, so he didn't hit the Jakiro with the black hole, but it didn't matter. Not at all. So nicely rotated by LYG. If the Shaker had been there, maybe if he had a blink or something, might have been a little different, but Shaker is way off of that blink. He's still on 1,000 gold, and he needs about 1250. And Dot, after his Veil, I want to check all of the items, but he's working on an Orchid.
Dire's bottom tower is under
So
attack.
actually, Break has taken a break from the Pike he was going for, and he's actually going in for the Mask of Madness on the Viper. Yuki, or that's not his name, the Terrorblade player, he's got something on the Courier. Okay. Oh, Shadowblade. I really hope this means that they're going to be aggressive with Terrorblade. I really hope that he's not going to just keep farming with a Shadowblade, because that is not the play. I really, really hope he's not going to farm with the Shadowblade. What you do is you farm neutrals until you get low, and then you Shadowblade up and you walk around and you sunder somebody out of invis. That's the play, right, guys? Right? Right, chat? I'm not sure what the... I don't think I've seen a Shadowblade on Terrorblade as a second item. I'm going to say ever. But if he is going to do it, he really needs to not get just solo killed right here. And we are going to see Mystery going in deep. So they're actually going to try to wrap around on this clock. But that was another solo kill from... I need to really watch Mystery. He's been doing big plays. And there's the Magnus coming in. Will they find Skywrath in the trees? The Shadowblade TV has been used. But he goes ahead and comes right out of it. Doesn't want to waste a oh. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat. Sorry, guys. So Mystery just keeps going in deep. He finds the hero but dies himself. What a player, honestly. I really need to. I already said it, but God, is Mystery aggressive. And they're gonna find Enigma. He's a real dead purple man. Yeah, Terrorblade is quite strong right now. I hope that he just keeps pushing. I mean, he can definitely take some towers with Metamorphosis. He is the top net worth. The Enigma not really going to be able to go toe-to-toe without hitting a big black hole, so... And the next highest farmed hero is the Viper, so I feel like Yuki just need to take map control. I mean, they have one nice deep ward. Not sure how they got that up, but... I really feel like the TV could have gone for something else and they could have let the Magnus go Shadowblade, but he's actually working on his own Shadowblade. The Shadow Amulet, I'm assuming, is on this Courier. Yep, so... 2 Shadowblades going to be up for Yuki. Let's hope they use them effectively. And the Mask of Madness on this Viper, he does spit the poison pretty quick here. This tower is going to go down quickly. YWH is in the area, though. Will he go ahead and drop the flare is the question. They're going to go for 6-6. In fact, YWH has to run now. Run, Skywrath. A 4-staff is done on Skywrath. There's the hook shot in. Will the Mystic Flare be there? Oh, there's the 4-staff out. Well played by the hero saving his Viper, but not going to save himself. So 4 heroes showing mid for both teams. Well, Clockwork died for the Jakiro once again, so those two seem to really be mortal enemies. They hate each other. So EMP is... What did he go last time? The Butterfly, second item, I think is what he went for last time. He had a 28-minute Butterfly last game, so maybe in 8 minutes this Venno will be just as fat as he was last game. Quap now completing her Orchid, so, you know, not the swiftest timing, but this is a good timing now for Dot to get aggressive. Neither team really having the vision to take Roche yet, so we will keep an eye on that. Venom's actually going in for the BKB. He's going to do some Ancients, and there's the support Shaker Blink for the Dire, so this is Yuki's opportunity to fight, but little do LYG know that there's going to be an Echo Slam awaiting them, hopefully. So they're just going to smoke and head in themselves. Oh, 6-6. Oh no. He looks like he's got some food. He wants to Macropyre this creep wave down, but it's not going to really do much. They don't have vision over 6-6 yet, but they're waiting on the high ground with a sentry, so the opposing smoke coming in. It is Shaker with the blink and Magnus with the blink, so the Radiant have gotten back. Alright, so it does look like the side of LYG on the Radiant are appropriately scared. Yeah, Yuki just need to get something done right away. They can't really afford to wait too long, I don't feel like. TB will be huge, but the black hole will always be effective. Their window isn't going to get any wider, is what I'm trying to say. The Veno can be a pretty big threat late game even, so.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's the Mask of Madness. Viper to tank in the front. Gonna go ahead and spit down this tower. Liquid Fire also on that tower, so this is a bit of a time bomb here, I guess. Let's watch top though. Enigma goes ahead and takes the tier 2 top. So split pushing. The Radiant definitely making the most out of this, but will the Dire go in?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So there are wards for Veno all over this tower. That there isn't a Happy Alchemist. I don't know I don't know anything about that series.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
What tournament is that? I'm doing DPL Secondary League, and that's definitely not that. So Enigma leaving the top lane. Mystery's on his own, but I just feel like this guy's gonna dive. I don't believe that matchup is happening tonight. Could be wrong, but if it is, that's definitely not something I'm covering. And there's hookshot in. Mystery is such a man. God, he just loves to do these plays. And there's the huge Sonic Wave. The RP onto 2. It's the Skywrath and the that was the MP caught, but Skywrath goes down. Now the Black Hole onto 2. Terrorblade falling right away. No ages for you. And Madness to fall as well, so they're gonna run down Aurora, it seems. Nice plays by the Radiant, coordinating all of their spells very efficiently. And Mystery throwing away his life for the cause. But he actually had the Aegis, of course, so he's back in the fight already. Mystery has been so ballsy. I don't think I've seen another support Clockwork do quite as many YOLO dives as he has. And there's a smoke from Yuki. They want to fight right now. They're looking for the slam. They have a... Oh, where's the... Okay, they slam second, but the hookshot in on the backline. It's Viper and Jakiro caught out. Macropyre not really going to be able to keep anyone in the flames. Mystery gets on out, so the only heroes to fall there are the Shaker, as everyone else will escape. There were some Force Staffs on the Radiant. Yeah, it's YYH with the Force Staff saving his allies, so well played. The support items and the support play from LYG is paying off this game. This Clockwork doesn't even have any items, and he's just playing like he doesn't fear death. So Yasha next onto this TV. I wonder what the plan is with the Shadow Blade. I don't feel like we've seen it yet. People have questioned whether this is a high MMR team, Yuki. I don't know anything, but they aren't looking like they're on the same caliber as LYG to me. It's not even the individual players. It maybe comes down to the captain. Bottom camera, come on, please. All right, it is 6-6 going down. So sorry for the slight miss there, but the camera was stuck for some reason, and Quap's going in for a Lincoln's. Uh-oh. Was that a soul? Okay, so that was it. I'm gonna humor this guy. He finally got his play off. He just Shadow Blades on up. Enigma pops. Oh, Enigma. Oh, please, buddy. You didn't have to use that BKB, but either way, finally getting the Shadow Blade play. So maybe we can't discount this Terrorblade too soon. It just took him a bit of time. Is that a DD rune? No, it's just Empower. So big ol' Empowered Nether Drake. He has little circles all over his body. And Magnus is going in. He has RP. This could be an easy Skywrath kill. But he gets silenced. Run from me, he says. As the kill is finished off by Quap. The Ice Path going in deep. It's Viper to run down this. Quap, but she'll get out. The hook shot to the southeast. Oh, wait, where's the... Oh, it's in the back line. Mystery! Mystery, man, what are you doing? Mystery thought he was going to wipe the enemy team again. They finally proved him wrong, but holy YOLO clockwork. I thought he was going in over to the south, but I was wrong. So a total of a... Got some Ka, maybe followed by some Blay if I'm not mistaken. But either way, that was a 2-for-1. Magnus going down for 2 supports. Not exactly worth it, but they did get a nice amount of net worth. So total of 300 net. Viper not happy with his ping. He's going to Kale it. Might as well. So Enigma's actually headed in for... What is this? Could be an Octarine, could be an Ags. Chat, what are you going to guess? I mean, it could be a Bloodstone, but nobody's done that build in a long time. I remember when Bloodstone vs Enigma was like a thing for a very short amount of time. It was one of those CIS players. Can't remember, though. Yeah, it's probably Octarine, but, you know, a good old Enigma Ags is like one way to snowball the game as that hero. It is pretty disgusting when you get those solo kills from Double Midnight Pulse. Scotty. Yeah, all right. If you're right, I'll buy you a prize. So let's check items. I should have probably started during the pause, but we do have the Blade Mail on clock. EMP is not having as much farm as he had last game on this Veno. I'm a little concerned about, you know, taking it late against this Terrorblade. Viper's really farmed. He's level 19, sitting on a Maelstrom after the Pike was completed. He'll be going in for another Shadow Blade. I was going to suggest maybe a BKB, but no. Nobody needs BKBs on the Dire, not when there's a black hole on the other team. They just want to go full Shadow Blade, 5-man Shadow Blade lineup. You heard it here first. There's going to be a Jakiro Shadow Blade, and then a Shaker Shadow Blade, so that'll be nice to see. So Quap's sitting out pretty far in this mid lane. I'm afraid she's about to get jumped. There's the RP. There's the black hole over the top! Huge BKB ult from Enigma. That's a dead Viper and a dead Madness. That is demoralizing. They really want these Shadow Blades to work, but they are just not picking the right fights. And the hookshot is still... Oh, the hookshot was used, but either way... Terrorblade, he just can't resist the farm, man. You're gonna die if you stay here for too long. They're pinging him. They have vision, somehow. Oh, they have a ward right there. Terrorblade, please, man. You don't want to die. It's not worth it.
Boom, there it goes.
So he is just going to be safe, but maybe they thought that was bait. Either way, the Radiant have all split. Very efficient. Look how fast they got, you know, apart from each other. They're looking for the split farm, and they're just going to slurp up all this farm and catch up, so that's a good strategy. But the Dire are pinging top like they want to go. Shadowblade, Terrorblade is headed that way. Oh, they spot Mystery. Sentry around the staircase. Aurora wants the Fisher stun, but they don't catch anyone, so thinks about throwing the Fisher, but no way. And the Radiant will leave, so is there Aegis? Yeah, Aegis got used, I guess. MT had a sick game on the Shaker last game, and now his offlane Enigma has really been on point. Certainly hasn't whiffed any black holes, that's for sure. No PGG black holes. I just want to see Terrorblade gank someone with Sunder. Alright, so the Radiant are grouping up. They're pinging like they might be smoking in a moment. So the BKB was complete by EMP. He's the least farmed core in his own team. I think he just wants to catch up. That's why they're not being too aggressive. But RP has just come back up for Magnus. Both teams kind of ready to go, except for the Enigma, of course. He's working on the Ocarina, as we can see here. Ooh, Arcane Rune. So they probably want to give that to the Enigma, but he's not really ready to use it yet, so they're going to leave it there as long as they can. They can actually leave it there for another minute or two, but... they will go ahead and use it. Oh, they're ready to black hole right now, so let's hope that they get this big ol' Arcane Rune black hole off. 2,500 off the Ocarina on Enigma. So I did call it. He did have a Shadow Blade in his quick buy a second ago, but we wouldn't want to let the caster down. We wouldn't want to have anything less than 4 Shadow Blades on a team. That wouldn't be right. As we do know, Yuki have 3 already, so I'm sure their Shadow Blade strat will come into its own once they have 4. It'll be very effective. I'm not trying to be like critical, but do you think there's any serious strategy where that many Shadow Blades is gonna work? Is that like pub logic or what? Maybe they're hoping that these supports are trash and don't buy wards? I'm not sure. Yes, that is what I'm covering next, Victor. That is the next series up. Terrorblade completes his BKB, so good for him. He's empowered farming and, you know, doesn't need Metamorphosis to do that. So we will see probably another engagement. They're not smoked. They're just gonna roam up towards this top jungle area and not find anyone. Dropping a deep ward, in fact. As far as other wards go, nothing really too special, except for this ward is still here. So Terrorblade probably never spotted it out, I guess. So EMP is going in for a Mjolnir. Good for clearing the TB illusions. Ooh, a sick hook shot from Mystery. Right place, right time for me, as there's the Orchid and dead cow. Some nice beef on the menu. And Terrorblade's going in with this Shadow Blade. Does this work, guys? They don't have detection, I don't think. And he's gonna just eat the Skywrath, but he 4 staffs. Metamorphosis committed. There's this Sonic Blade barely scratching him. It's a scary TV, but I don't know if he's going to get anything else out of that Shadow Blade. There's the DKB Black Hole coming in over the top. Huge. Terrorblade's going to go down. And that's also the Jakir to die in the backline. The RP over the top hitting on 3, or at least 2. And MT now has to run. Quap getting turned around on. So right place, right time. They had a gem. I thought they had a gem. Terrorblade picked it up. How did Terrorblade sneak up on them with that gem? I feel like they should have just... maybe he was not in the right place, but... that's their gem loss, and that's a total of a 1 for 5, so huge fight for Yuki. Huge fight. And Terrorblade doing 7,500 damage all by himself. That was some PogChamp RP, I will agree. And they are going to go for Roche, so it's not up yet. It will be up in 30 seconds. Yuki definitely disappointed about that. Would be a great timing for the Roche to be up, but no luck. Viper going to take this opportunity. Oh, I didn't even see this under. But good for TB to be finally using everything he's kind of planned this game. He will be headed in for, what, like a butterfly next? He just completed the Manta, I guess. And for his part, I guess that was... he's working on the Mjolnir next on his Viper. So Yuki's plan is actually working now. I hope LYG just keep the pressure on. They obviously need to wait for Black Hole cooldown, but as soon as they get Enigma back up, they can kind of go in, I feel like. There is going to be RP up in 25 seconds. Yeah, we're going to get some big team fights this game, boys. Hold on to your seats.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, Aurora taking the advice from HYHY. He's going to stay in the trees and maybe look for a pick bottom, but all it takes is the Viper to hit the tower down. Yeah, they didn't push any objective after taking 5-man wipe, and they got They would have taken Roche, but it wasn't up, and now Roche is up, and it looks like the Radiant are poised to take it, so the Roche spawn not favoring the Dire, but they definitely could have tried to push a little more aggressively. We just saw them take the tier 2 bottom and drop a deep ward, so
Radiant's bottom tower is under
the
attack.
Force Staff in from TB. I wonder if there's any chance of a counter gank. So the Dire look like they want to go for Roche. They're scouting the cliff high ground ward. There's 2 ops wards right here. Are those both? Oh, that's a Venom ward. Okay, never mind. So the Venom ward's defending the ops ward, but the Trio's still going to get it eventually. So we'll have to see what happens in this next fight. I think the... Oh, is that a smoke? Popped by the Shadow Blade on TB.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So the Shadow Blade's definitely letting the Dire do lots of scouting, but now they're smoked. Are they just going for Roche or are they going for the fight? Magnus in front, going up the hill. Gonna find Skywrath. Not worth an RP, but still a decent kill. There's the skewer back. Instantly dead. Oh, there's the... Mystery is so ballsy. Holy. He's got a blade mail, but... Whoa! Black hole! Onto 1. And there's the poison over the top. TB's eating them alive, though. TB just wrecking the Radiant. 3 down already for its 2 kills. Viper buying back, so... This looks like the Dire can do Roche, but... Enigma wanted a bigger black hole. He almost had 3 there, maybe even 4. And Drake will start it by himself, so not afraid. He's actually going to be tanking up with the Heart next. And we did hear off screen the Sunder onto the 4/6/6 Jakiro. Just said, "Hey bro, give me your health. You don't need it. I need it more than you." The Clockwork isn't a noob. He just has balls of steel. That's my personal opinion. He is totally unafraid, but that was a bit too ballsy, maybe. The Co-op Sonic Wave does not feel like it's doing very much against this Terrorblade. Sometimes I wonder if she should have gone for like the Aghanims just so she has more chances to burst him down, because he is very vulnerable to the Co-op ult. The magic build on Venom would be good here too, so I am going to question that if LAD starts to fall behind here, but Viper's still really tanky. I mean, he's going to be tanking up with the Heart, and he has the Aegis right now, so TB not even going to rely on that Aegis anymore. He's just going to rely on the Shadow Blade, his spider-like game sense, and the BKB, so Sunder, obviously. 2 very survivable cores on the Dire. I don't know if the Black Hole is going to be enough to kill Terrorblade or Viper anymore. They need a lot of damage, and if those heroes get their BKBs off, the magic damage won't be there. So either Venom needs to go for physical damage, or I would have liked to see magic, but it's a little bit late. Honestly, the item I talked about earlier, the Enigma Ags would have been good this game. Would have been really good for picking off the TB and the Viper. So this top tier 2 is just dropping really fast. No Metamorphosis even used. It does look like the Dire are going to get back. They do still have that Aegis for probably still like 4 minutes at this point, so a good long time for them, but let's hope they make use of it. I've seen a lot of Chinese teams just let the Aegis expire, so nice dewarding from 6/6. So the map is getting very, very dark for the Radiant. They are pushing forward, it looks like, on the side of Yuki. Nobody for them to jump on, though. Dire perched in their base. This poor Skywrath, he doesn't have hardly anything in this game.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
So TB just throwing illusions everywhere, farming up really fast with that Empower, but there's a certain limit to how big he can get. He's headed in for a Scotty now. But he will be 6 slotted, and you know, 1 more item after this. Maybe gonna go for the refresher for the Metamorphosis or the Hyperstone or something like that afterward. Boots of Travel. So it will be a while before the Terrorblade totally gets full, but I do think chat mostly is right. If they get another RP like the last fight where it cancels Black Hole and Terrorblade's just right there, it's probably the whole base getting wiped all at once here, at least 2 lanes for the Radiant, so The Radiant's best plan would be to push out the lanes as far as they can, but they don't have a lot of room to do so with all these Shadow Blades, so that is one thing they're good for, is creating uncertainty. There's no way to feel safe pushing out when you know that there's 4 heroes that could potentially be invis, and oh my goodness, he decided against. That is next level. Terrorblade did not complete the Scotty, he completed the Scythe of Vice. Huh. Huh.
Dire are scanning.
So this could be huge if they catch the right hero with the Shadowblade Sheepstick play. I wish I knew more about this carry player, because this seems like it's, you know, his TB build. He just goes this build. Maybe he'll go for the Dagon next and prove us all wrong. So Terrorblade basically stacking as many stat items as he can. It's pretty impressive so far. He's sitting on 3,000 health with Agi Treads. The Radiant are just totally scared to leave their base, and it's probably a safe play for them right now. They're trying to wait out the Aegis. Definitely a good play. Let's check the net worth. It has swung finally back in favor of the Dire, and it's a total of 10k. Not finally, but, you know, the last game they never really had the chance to swing back at all, so. The Dire are being very methodical here. They're trying to get maybe 1 or 2 more items on some different heroes. I don't think I'm missing anything important, but there are 4 Shadow Blades, once again. And a Glimmer Cape on Jakiro, so all 5 heroes have invis. That is absolutely nuts. I don't think I've ever seen that, to be honest. Maybe in like a pub strat, but Octarine was completed onto Enigma. And Quap has not even finished her Lincolns. She's really suffering here. She's got the gold for it. She's actually decided to go in for a Shiva's instead, so TB can't just burst her. Like, you know, she's made of paper. But that's why she's not completed with the Lincolns.
Bounty, which my matriarch will prize.
So this Terrorblade is definitely into the completely terrifying realm. If he jumps you alone, you're pretty much dead no matter what. The only way to escape is maybe a Lincoln's or a TP out if you're really lucky, but he hits like a truck, so you need armor to do that. Maybe they need some Ghost Scepters or E-Blades on the Radiant. That'd be nice to see an E-Blade on one of these supports. In fact, that's what the Clockwork has. Quap going to find Aurora, but no detection. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a little whiff. Little whiff of Echo Slam, but the BKB was committed in response. The Sheepstick, I think he might have just whiffed the Sheepstick. There's the black hole onto this TV. He sunders the Enigma, and boom. Dead Enigma. Black hole wasted. It's a big angry demon. You don't want to get in his way. So Enigma buying back, but there won't be a black hole for 85 seconds. I don't know what to say about that fight, but neither team really connecting. So they really needed to either get the magic damage on top of the Terrorblade, so wait for his BKB to run out before black holing, or they really need the Venom to be there, I guess, because he's their only other right-click damage. He hits reasonably hard. He hits very fast, that's for sure. But look at this, Viper can just siege the tower from the low ground. The Venom War is just tickling him. And the Radiant will just get on back. So Viper's getting huge. He did complete the heart. I didn't call it out, but we saw it just a moment ago. He's sitting on 3.5k health. I feel like he could just go for, he could do the Silver Edge, of course, but like, if he went for like a Scotty, man, he would be like sitting at 4k health. They're never going to kill him under Black Hole. It's just impossible. I mean, they would need the Enigma Ags Refresher or something like that. And that is what he's going, this is exactly, I feel like if he had gone the Ags instead of the Octarine, that last Black Hole would have killed the Terrorblade before the Sunder got off. So, not to second guess the pros, I try not to do that too much, but he's definitely realized that's the item here. It will allow him to do a lot more damage to Terrorblade, and I think that the Black Hole Ags damage goes through immunity, right chat? So, there was a pause. The Dire are just retreating right now. Roche is about to be back up, so let's just look over items. Roche up in a minute or two. Jakiro having 1 gem for each head, so that's just a next level strat, I'm sure. Two gems, 2 heads, makes sense. Nothing else major. Veno really not that farmed. I mean, he had the like butterfly. The last game was over by this point, but I mean, Veno had like a 28-minute butterfly or something like that last game. So this is not the same game from EMP. Quap did hit her level 25, so let's check that talent. I mean, I would be shocked if she took the other one, but she will take the spell lifesteal. So she is tied for the most leveled hero in the game up against Viper, who has taken plus 20 armor. So he's a real tanky mother. That is very terrifying. And as far as Terrorblade, he took plus 15 all stats. I actually think I think Sunder would have been useful this game. Chat's asking me to check. So yes. The answer is that Enigma with Ags does pierce BKB, so that'll be nice to pick off the Terrorblade in these fights. They just really can't allow the RP to land onto Enigma. So I'm hoping they have a plan to save this Enigma. So, just some more pause fun. Hope you guys are enjoying game 2, and let me know if you have any predictions, I guess. I've seen a lot of different ones, but be specific. It's more fun if you're specific. Quap not quite done with her Lincolns. I feel like that'll be a great item to have, though. She does not want to get jumped by TB. Wait, Cherry, what can I cast that series? Who is that series? I mean, I don't see it on the schedule anywhere, so I just I don't think that I. But what tournament is it? Can I cast it? Is it DPL? I didn't think they were playing Top League DPL tonight. Why are they? It's not on the schedule. I hate this. These organizers really frustrate me. It's not on the schedule at all. If it's actually played, I would ditch this game to go cover that one, frankly. But oh, it was postponed? Huh. Well, that's kind of hype. I'm glad I can cover that one. There's no other postponed matches I need to know about, is there? Yeah, I didn't see it. I'll go check right now and see if it's just up by some chance, but oh, wrong tournament. Yeah, so it's not up yet. I will switch to that other series. I don't want to miss an IGLY series, but if there's any games like that, it really helps if you tweet them at me so I don't miss them. Yeah, chat will watch my back and make sure I don't miss the other series, but I think they're waiting for this series to end is what it sounds like. Oh, chat says it's canceled. Basically, my plan is to do one more series tonight, so it's kind of a shame that the 4th series is the one I would like to cast, but I'd like to cast some Rock, see how they are. Yeah, it's either been canceled or it's not starting until after this, but one or the other, and then I'll cover whatever's up next. If you guys find out about the other series and when it's been rescheduled to, feel free to tweet it at me. I'm at Freelance Dota on Twitter. You can say !Twitter in chat to get a link, and it's also below the channel. And there's Quap going in with her Shivas, the 5 Shadow Blade strat. They're just going to invis themselves on out.
Yes.
I really hope Yuki wins just so I can tell everybody that five invis items is a new build. That'll be fun. Refresher coming out onto Mag. He's actually not that far. So he only needs like, what, 1,300 or something like that? So he's close. He probably won't want to buy out for it, but only if the enemy gets close to his base. He can buy out if the enemy lanes are all the way pushed in. Skywrath doing some warding. So is that Roche? No, they were just checking for it. Oh, he's literally about to come up, but we will have a little bit longer to wait. Oh, okay. Chat says that the IG LFY bets were canceled, so that's fairly high. That probably indicates that the game was in fact canceled. I agree. So I don't know anything about cavalry or VDB, Vidubu or whatever. I have no idea about either team. We're learning about Chinese Dota, aren't we, chat? We're gonna be experts by the time I finish this. Bagged and tagged, Gallet, or Gallet, whichever one you prefer. Alright, chat. I don't know what the pausing is all about, but what kind of tactical pause is this, you think? Is it really a DDoS? I don't know. There's no way to know. Since these guys probably haven't been playing professionally for very long, it's doubtful they have like a VPN set up, so it might be effective. It's been a long time since I remember anything like this happening in Dota, though, as far as DDoS. Alright, so I could try to comment on the cosmetics game, but let's just enjoy these heroes and their paused positions. Madness is back, so maybe we'll be resuming. If LFY versus IG happens, I will cast it. If it doesn't happen, I will cast the next series. And then the next secondary series, and then I'll be probably off for the night after that. So the Dire are pushing down the middle lane. Some TV illusions doing the grunt work, or the grunt work. The grunt of the work, or the grunt work, whichever one you prefer. And it does look like they're just going to try and... They don't have the top lane pushed in, but top. Are they going for this Viper? I don't think they can even kill him. They don't have any way to lock him down. Only an Orchid, and there's no Manta on this Viper, but he is sitting on 3.5k health, so... No, I never bet, for chat who's asking. Does look like they want to kill Break here. Clockwork. Oh, Clockwork! That's the first hook I've seen him miss. Poor guy. And they're just scaring off the Viper, but I feel like the Dire have a good window right here. They can go in if they want. So Rush will be up in a minute and 20 seconds. I mean, Clockwork has played pretty darn well, but that was his first big hook miss, I think. That was a open field hook, he just missed it. He's going right in now, he's gonna... Ooh, what are they doing? Kill the Clockwork. So he will just run. He is on fire, but I think he'll be okay. So, Twop is keeping this top lane pushed out, so they only have to fight on two fronts. She has her teleport scroll ready, but TV is actually gone to... Uh-oh. Is he gonna find the Quap is the question. I don't think he's gonna find her if she... is smart about it, but she seems very casual here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright. So the jukes are real as Dot is going to run his tail feathers off. And Terrorblade is trying to keep up, but this is a big old waste of time for him. He could be farming. Shadowblade over. She is really cutting these waves hard. This is where I'd love to see the Ags on Quap, like I already mentioned, but they're going to keep hunting. They've kind of pinned her down here. They know she's in the trees. Shaker missing his stuns, though. There's the... I don't know what they're thinking they're going to hit, but they're not going to hit Quap. So they've given up on her. They've lost the Quap in the trees. Oh, there she is. Oh, she gets out. All right. So easy enough, I guess, when you have jukes like that. But Terrorblade gonna go ahead and return to the bottom lane, looking for. Oh, there's the Hex. Beautiful. I'm a little surprised he didn't actually get the Hex off on a Quap, but she does have the Lincoln, so he would need to pop it with Sunder, right? Yeah. So you can only pop it with Sunder if it's up against the Quap. So she was pretty safe. Actually, does she have the Lincolns? No, she doesn't have Lincolns yet. So I think the TV maybe just got outranged there. But he has that sheep stick, so he is really looking to get these pickoffs. Shadowblade and Scythe of Ice are good on pretty much any hero, as we're seeing here. So the illusion or the ultimate orb is, you know, useful. The stats are useful on Terrorblade. So Mystery is just way deep here, looking for a pickoff, but he is by himself.
Rock it on.
I hope they don't figure out where he's shooting the rocket flare from. They're pinging out. I don't think they see him, but there's going to be Viper soloing this rogue, so he is definitely going to hurt if left unchecked. Let's check Enigma and his Ags timing. So Enigma still needs 1600. He's not going to find it very easily, but let's hope he gets it by this next fight. I would really like to see the Ags versus these two fat cores of the Dire. That would be very entertaining, even if it's just for one fight. On the side of Magnus, the refresher was completed, so this could be huge. There's a Travel 2 coming in from Terrorblade. Oh my goodness, but BKB, and she's out of there, so even though the Echo Slam was committed, they did not have enough to finish off the Quap. She finishes off her Lincolns, in fact, so that's a pretty big window. Maybe the Radiant can finally push out now that Echo's down. Solo pushing Jakiro, looking to be cut off. It is going to be Benno coming in for the pickoff, but he's not close enough. So, nothing doing, and they will get back. I hope this Terrorblade doesn't start to fall off yet. The Moonshard was completed as well, so he is really fat, but, you know, he has a little bit of room to grow, I guess. He could go for the refresher. Uh-oh, top, about to get sandwiched. Mystery. Who's ganking who here? There's going to be Quap going down, but they're afraid of losing the Terrorblade. Probably a smart, safe play for him, but the rest of the Dire are now coming in to back him up. I feel like Terrorblade could have fought that out if he wanted. He certainly had a chance. So he is chasing down. He has the sheep stick ready. So Quap is showing down south. They're going to find Mystery in the trees, so mysteriously he does drop the gem, and that's a bit over eager on his part. That gem is going to be a big deal. Enigma Refresher would be good, but it'll probably just get canceled because his BKB is 5 seconds. So I think the Ags is still a good play. If he gets the Ags ult off, it can probably just kill Terrorblade, so. Chat wants to know about buybacks. So only Enigma's is off because of cooldown. Everybody else is close to the gold. The only one who doesn't really have enough is going to be Magnus. And as I do talk about that, it is Skywrath getting instantly popped. Only like 2 shots from that Terrorblade, so well done there. 40k net worth. Holy moly, that's a farm Terrorblade. 24 net worth lead, 24k. There's the Ags on Enigma. This could be the huge fight. Will they go straight in? Will they try to bait out the RP first? Is really the key decision they need to make. I hope they bait out the RP. I don't want to see Enigma get his ult canceled after all of this investment into the Ags. So Terrorblade is being very careful. He's going to get back. The Aegis, I believe, is not up, so there's the hook shot in. Magnus maybe to get caught out. Scythe of Ice back the other way. The Echo Slam over the top. These ults from the Dire are just so plentiful. Enigma wasting his BKB. This could be bad. So he will have the Oxarine cooldown reduction. That's Quap getting a nice pick, but she could be paying with her life here if she doesn't blink on out. So well played by her. But Enigma, as far as his BKB timing, only going to be 15 more seconds without it. He does have the cooldown reduction and the Octarine, so that's nice to see. Yeah, net worth lead, push for what? You know, where's the push at? You've got cheese consumed. Somebody just ate a cheese. So Viper's just going to go high ground. He doesn't really mind being going to tank. I mean, he's sitting on a ton of health, and the okay, so he does have the Aegis.
Make up for lost time.
Aegis on this Viper, he just doesn't care one bit. He's just ignore Crop, honestly. He doesn't even have ult. There's the BKB Black Hole! Enigma going for the kill. RP not onto Enigma. That's a ton of damage on Terrorblade. He goes down! No Sunder used. The RP refreshed. Now the cheese, I believe, consumed. Terrorblade buying back and affording a refresher. Holy moly, he is farmed. That is scary. He's already back and he still has Metamorphosis because of the refresher, so this looks like the end game. No Black Hole to use, no Nova, no Sonic Wave, just the Venom's measly right clicks, and maybe a Shiva's Guard for damage. I feel like the squad is going to have to do magic here. They've silenced the Terrorblade. Will he just die? He just pops! He has so much health that the Orchid Pop does it. Will Viper ever go down? I mean, he's actually died once, so no Aegis here. There's the blink in from Quap. Going to lifesteal, spell lifesteal back up, that is. And the Shiva's in, now the Midnight Pulse. And Enigma really trying to pull it his own weight. But I don't know how many kills they'll get, as to the east, they are going to chase down some other heroes. It's Yuki going down in the base. It is Quap going in on the Shaker, but he's not going down, in fact. 6-6 has actually successfully juked them. Or, that's not, it's the Magnus. So Magnus got out alive, he popped his refresher and the second RP. Well played by him to live through that, but we do see the Terrorblade is down with no buyback. Oh, really? Come on, Matt. Wow, okay. I'm not even sure what he was doing there, but Quap had the BOTs and goes straight in, so well played. I did not even see that coming. There's the Echo Slam on 2. This is going to be the dieback. Benno dies back. This is another Black Hole. Well played by Enigma. That Octarine finally paying off. And it's going to be the Venom to fall. Could this be the turnaround? No Terrorblade for 50. They're going for the tier 4s. They don't care about the barracks. They're not going to kill a single barracks. They're going for the tier 4. They have 40 seconds on Terrorblade and 100 on the Viper. No buyback on Viper. That's a dieback on him. And Terrorblade also used his that fight, so this is huge. They're at least going to get a single T4. They have 30 more seconds. Can the Magnus with his RP do anything? Cancel cast the RP twice. I'm worried that this push is going to be too strong. This throne might go down. It's getting down to the wire. They're probably going to have to kill this Terrorblade again. Earthshaker stalling for all of his worth. Tier 4 going down. Look, the throne is really going down fast. They have 2 seconds on Terrorblade. He doesn't have a blink or anything. He's going to have to walk in. They smoked right in front of Mystery. He's just playing the body blocking role. Terrorblade already in. Going straight on the Quap. She has her Lincoln's popped and will go down. She buys back down. She's going to TP in. She's coming in onto the Skywrath. Her TP gets canceled because Skywrath dies. That's not good. So the throne getting attacked by Eidolons. Look at these Eidolons. They're not doing that much, but don't forget about the Eidolons! The Eidolons! Are you guys joking? Are you serious? Eidolons? Eidolons? Wow. The Eidolons finish it out. Come on, Yuki. Come on, Yuki. You guys had it. Oh my god. What an end to that game. I don't know what to say about that game, but those are some value Eidolons. That was... I wasn't going to take my eyes off of that. Oh, man. I've never seen anything quite like that. So, once again, that was Game 2, and LYG take the series 2-0 over Yuki. So, rough start in this league for Yuki, but I've been your caster, Freelance. Whew. Wow. That was fun. I've never seen anything quite like that. I didn't know what to say there. The Eidolons just, man, I didn't think they were going to take the throne all by themselves. Jeez. All right. No, they did not notice. That's definitely what happened. I mean, I guess there's not really a warning for your throne being taken because it's kind of, I mean, you know, there's nothing for like 50% or 25%, so they just didn't even check. All right, so I'm just still processing that game. Does anybody know if the IG versus LFY series is still happening? Otherwise, I will be switching back to the Chinese stream, and we'll be waiting for the next series, which is supposed to be Cavalry versus Viduobao, or VDB. I'm probably just going to call him that, but Duobao. So let me know if you guys know about IG versus LFY, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cavalry versus... I don't know if that game is happening, so people are asking me. I will if it's happening. I think if the game has been canceled from what I've heard from some people. It should be Cavalry versus Duobao. I just hope that clip with the Eidolons is okay. Oh, man. All right, well, thanks for being here, everybody. We're going to go ahead and put up the Chinese stream. The Minions won that game, let me tell you. That was crazy. I've never seen Minions finish off a throne by themselves. I know Minions is the league term, but Minions in my mind are like, you know, Eidolons, Treants, those are Minions. They had 30k net worth, and they still threw that game somehow. What kind of... I wish I could see the graph at the end of that game again. Let me go back to it. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys. Look how big that lead was, and they still lost. That is nuts. I don't even know what to say about that. I didn't have any words besides Eidolons, so. About this game? I hope they don't get accused of throwing, but that was pretty weird. They did go straight in for the dieback, so I already mentioned it, but Yuki seemed like that was their first. I can show you guys again, but I don't think they've played any other games in this league yet, so I think it's just probable that Yuki are inexperienced. That's my best guess. So some people might think they threw, but they probably just haven't played up against a lot of teams of that caliber. That's the easiest explanation I can come up with. I mean, Eidolons, you know, never to be underestimated, I guess. They can still replicate on buildings, right? So it's kind of a self-sustaining push. No, somebody said there was allegations of intentional throwing up above. I was just addressing it. I don't think they threw, intentionally anyway. Yeah, the Eidolon talent was probably the key there. I'm sure they had that, so. Well played by Enigma, the real hero. MT, I feel like, was the total MVP of that series. Rattled. Yes, rattled indeed. Sorry for the loud keyboard. I'm assuming that's what the wet face is about. Yep, so we are just waiting. Let me know, you guys, if you see game 2 come up. Or, sorry, the next series come up. It's going to be Cavalry versus Viduobao. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to research these teams. Gee. Okay, here they are. So, as far as these two teams coming up, I'm honestly going to have a hard time. Well, actually, no, here, they played, okay. I found some recent series, so we'll know a little bit. Cavalry actually beat Eclipse like 3 weeks ago. That is very impressive, honestly. So we'll have to see if this is an exciting series. That's the Cavaliers. Wrong team. But yeah, if you guys are wondering about anything in specific, feel free to shoot some questions my way. Can I stream Pro Dota Cup? Is there an official caster? My goal is to not step on anyone's toes, but for things that are majors or minors, the rules are, I think, a little bit different. This is probably my last series of the night, guys. I'm trying to not stay up till 10 a.m. like I did the last 4 nights of DPL last week. It was rough. I want to cast during the day sometimes, so I'm hoping I will feel like that tomorrow or the next day. And right now we are still just waiting. It might be a while, guys. It might be 5 minutes, could be 15. Not entirely sure. So, did you guys confirm that IG versus LFY was canceled? I don't see it anywhere, so I could check in game, but I'm sure it would be on the stream if it was still happening. I don't think the LGD FY series is happening tonight. I think it was canceled, so I would be streaming it if I could, but I don't think I can. It's not happening. Nordalv, or Know Your Dalv. I don't think it's happening. If it's happening, I'll cover it though. That's what everybody says, so I will go ahead and just definitively say it's been canceled. I have no idea. I don't know where to get info on these things. I go off of Wikipedia and Gosu Gamers. Did they change the schedule again or something? So does anybody know anything about these teams? Because I sure don't. Holy moly. Yeah, I need to see if I can find them on Wikipedia. So, I have some current rosters, maybe. Oh, Johnny from Malaysia is on Vito Abao. I recognize that name. He played on like. Let me go look. I don't want to get it wrong, but that's a name I recognize. Yeah, he was on Chain Stack and Rattlesnake. Hell yeah, I remember that guy. So that's actually pretty hype. The former, one of the, I think he was a support player? Yeah, support player for Rattlesnake is on this V Duobao team. That's cool. And for Cavalry, I don't recognize any of these names. Everybody's getting their info from VP Game, which is apparently wrong, so I'll go check and see if the game is live, but just because it's better than... Oh, you might be right. Yep. Nice catch, chat. Thank you. Oh, they just switched on the Chinese stream as well. Alright. So, game just getting started. The bans are the exact same as the last series, I'm pretty sure.
Team pick.
Oh, wow, okay. So I'm actually ahead of the Chinese stream, though. I almost wish I could... It's not worth it, but I could rewind. So I'll have to just jump straight into the second round of the draft here. But the first round bans look very much like the last series. And as far as first round picks, we saw Cavalry grabbing up the Monkey King and the Earthshaker. And Team V Duobao grabbing up the Lich and the Doom. So that's a classic combo. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it is useful. Laning together. Makes the Doom's lane much safer and gives him that armor he needs. For the second round bans, Cavalry have banned Sven and Weaver. So two big old carries, the probably two most popular carries in China, but you know, Cavalry probably already have their one position, so they're all set with the monkey. And then for Team V Duobao, I was just talking about, actually that might not be, so I think this might be a real standout. I'm not sure if Chaos is the player I was talking about, but either way, the bans for V Duobao in the second round are Ancient Apparition and Batrider. So Cavalry looking for still a mid and an offlaner and a support, most likely, and VDB or V Duobao.
Team pick.
Probably still looking for a mid, a carry, and another support. So we've seen a lot of this Rattle Trap Earthshaker combo. I like to see the Clockwork. He's good against the Earthshaker, but that last game, the players on those heroes were so aggressive. So maybe we'll see the same thing this game. They have so much stun on Cavalry. If you were rating these drafts just based on stun power, they're gonna like overwhelm this team of VDB. So they grab the Tusk, a really nice combo with the Doom actually. Great to get him in early, so that could be a really strong tri-lane from VDB if they go for that kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure. But the Doom with the Scorched Earth early and the Tusk Snowball in is really strong.
5 seconds remaining.
So both teams now need a mid and a carry, most likely, unless it's like the mid Monkey King. Could be the mid Monkey King for Cavalry. I don't know too much about this team. I feel like their tag being CG is going to be really confusing if they ever have to play clutch gamers, but hopefully not, I guess. So, waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So, after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. Trying to think what they can combo. So, waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. Would be really so, nice, after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team pick.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So 5 position Rubik. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo. So waiting for the fourth picks for both teams here. They're taking a lot of reserve time for this pick. So after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Throw out your suggestions if you have any.
Dire team.
Ooh, a Rubik. So it's actually a... I don't think what they can combo.
after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything. So despite this run out, what we had, what was the US Academy? So it's actually a combo waiting for the funding power team. We had a lot of reserve time. We really would be after we got right into the draft, we missed like barely anything you can take. So it's actually a
The two top laners, the Clockwork and the Faceless, still farming pretty well. 12 denies on the clock. Maybe a lot of those are cogs. Both players afraid to last hit this catapult. And Godsprophet's getting a lot of nice harassment now, but Necro has his level 6. In fact, DP has her level 7, so both heroes ready to do their thing, but neither one getting aggressive yet. DP's waiting for this haste. I'm not sure what she's going for with it. She is saving it for something. Maybe her bottle? Nope. There, she did have a bottle already, so. Either way, she was
Radiant's bottom
sitting by
tower
that rune.
is under attack.
In fact, leaving the lane is Necrophos is fighting the bottom lane. It is Doom getting tossed back. Now Fisher's done out. He's waiting for this haste. I'm not sure what will they find the Doom? He's healing up from Scorched Earth. There's the Necro Scythe. And it's not going to pick off Monkey King, but these Ice Shards have a bottle already. One more. Either way, she was
Radiant's bottom
sitting by
tower
that
is
rune.
under attack.
Going to be ZX. Leaving the lane is Necrophos is fighting the bottom lane. It is Doom getting tossed back. Now Fisher's done out. He's waiting for this haste. I'm not sure what will they find the Doom? He's healing up from Scorched Earth. There's the Necro Scythe. And it's not going to pick off Monkey King, but these Ice Shards have a bottle already. One more. Either way, she was
Radiant's
this
bottom.
opportunity and decides to push mid with her exorcism. She's got still about a handful of seconds. She might be able to get a little more damage on the tower, but might not want to put it in deny range. That could be a bad idea. So she will get back in time. As far as kill potential, I do think it's just going to be the Doom. I mean, I don't think Faceless can solo kill the Clockwork top, so let's keep our eyes on bottom. Scythe and Exorcism both expanding these. There's pretty much no kill potential mid. Boundless Strike missing on Doom. So we'll have to see what this monkey's build is. Probably a Battle Fury. He is in fact headed in for one, so going for the Aquila and then Battle Fury. And there's a rotation in. So the Necrophos still hanging out mid, but the Dire are being pretty aggressive bottom. There's still no Doom ready. Only level 5, but about to be there. Gonna find out. The Tusk, so well rotated there. That was the Clockwork committing for that kill, so good to see the offlaner getting involved, and he didn't even use hookshot yet, so maybe they will look for this Necro mid. That'd be a good target. They've also pinged out the Doom, who is sitting an Arcane Rune, so he wants to get his level 6 here in the jungle, but he's a perfect target, a nice juicy target right now. And we have a pause. So, for one thing, I'm live, so I don't think the kill score could be any higher than 3-2 right now. Chat, for what it's worth. But maybe chat is time traveling. I don't think he could possibly be ahead of us unless there's like a perfect world delay thing or something like that. I'm ahead of the Chinese stream, so nothing too important, I guess, as far as items coming out yet. Nothing we can really speculate on. Let's check the Faceless Void's quick buy. So nothing really major for any of these heroes. Maybe like a Drums on this Doom, or even an Atos, I don't know. Clock going for an Urn. DP going for a Veil. Let's see what Necro's going for. He's actually going for Treads right now. Maybe for the Veil next. And they are going to find the Doom. Clockwork just walking in on him. There's no Doom yet, so this could be an easy kill. Doom doesn't really have anything he can do here. He has Frost Armor, so... Nice hookshot forward, but the Reaper Scythe, that's a dead rattle trap, so nicely played. Doom just baiting ever so closely with his life, barely making it out, but Scorched Earth is a pretty strong spell, and what he has 3 points in it, so... The safe lane monkey has now rotated top. I think they want this tower. Exorcism ready to be committed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's the Exorcism committed, but Doom is ready. They want to kill this DP. This could be a big kill if they go on her. Only the Lich to back up this Doom right now. There's Tusk. There's the snowball in for the Doom. Ice shards are there. She's going to get a big heal if she can survive. Let's get that timer up. She needs about 15 more seconds, and I think she's just dead. Oh man, so big rotations in. Doom with the clutch kill onto that Exorcism, Death Prophet, so well played. And in the bottom lane, it's a solo kill as Rubik goes down, and whoa, Necro also getting a solo kill. The solo kill is literally in 3 lanes, or kills in 3 lanes all at once.
Radiant's middle
Necro
tower
using Reapers
is under
onto
attack.
the Shaker. And Void committing the Chronosphere bottom. So, the top 2 farmers are actually dead even. It's the Death Prophet and the Faceless Void both, so 1 for each team. Game looking very even so far, except for maybe the kill score being a little different. Necro's actually pretty high from his kills though, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. He is going in for the Veil, so both DP and DP and Necrophos going in for the Veil. And Monkey King is now parked top looking to farm. He's a long way off of this Battle Fury, so I'm hoping he gets a decent timing, but I'm not exactly sure what he'll do to catch up. He hasn't really had that poor of a start, but there's not a lot he can do right now. Certainly can't clear that stack without a Battle Fury, you know. Maybe like 3 Primal Springs, but... And Rubik's farming the bottom lane, so that's nice for the support. Going to give way to Death Prophet soon.
Dire's bottom tower is
Top
under
lane looks like
attack.
they may have it go onto this Clockwork. Doom not back up for another 30-ish seconds, and there's actually a rotation in. It's going to be the Invis Tusk finding the Monkey King. There's the Reaper Scythe. Huge rotation there. Didn't see Necrophos until it was too late, but neither did Monkey King. And now Lich is headed bottom to defend this tower, so Exorcism committed bottom. The Ice Armor is there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Lich and Doom now showing their face in this lane. DP may be about to meet the same fate she had last time. There's no Reaper Scythe, but they will have Chronosphere up in 8 seconds. So, Faceless is in the area. Death Prophet is smartly going to get back, not worth throwing her life away for a tower at this point in the game. The tower damage was good, but not enough. Necrophos now back at top. They're going in onto the Clockwork, another Death Pulse. The Death Pulse stolen by Rubik. Will he get in there in time to heal? Oh, sick play! TZY taking out Tusk, the positive earn charge from that kill he got. And now SSS wants this Faceless, but Faceless is going to walk his way out, so no big deal there. DP not showing her next item yet, but probably going to be a Yule's. So I'm looking to see if they're going to use this Chrono. Void looks like he wants it. He's going in for a Mask of Madness right now, but not quite there yet.
Radiant's bottom
Close to
tower
800
is
left
under
for him.
attack.
So Monkey King still a long way off of this Battle Fury. Very close game as far as net worth though. Rattle Trap is the Clockwork. Does want to go in onto this Lich for a free kill, but I don't know if he has vision.
Dire are scanning.
And there's going to be a chance for him to get this kill. Will he use the hook shot? He decides against it. Probably smart. Neither team really looking to take any objectives. Only Cavalry have committed anything. And Exorcism is about to come back up in 20, but they haven't been very successful the last two, as they have only taken one tier 1 tower, so. Haste onto this clockwork. He's going uphill to grab a bounty, but this could be his death, as there is a Reaper Scythe ready. Will they find him with it is the question. He's low enough. They just don't want to commit it is all, apparently. The rest of Cavalry are there. I'm just really tempted to say Cheers Love Cavalry is here. But we'll have to save that for the right moment. And the Yules soon to be coming out from this Death Prophet, but they're rotating around top. This Necro and Tusk going in on the Monkey King. It's turned around to balance like now the Echo Slam, and it's going to be an Exorcism committed as well. The hookshot. She's saving it for now, but that's going to be 2 easy kills, and they will go ahead and Exorcism down this tower as soon as Tusk is cleaned up. So not even needing the Exorcism for the fight, they will just go for the tower. Well played by the Radiant, nice rotation. There was a ward there. I'm not sure if they didn't see it, but there must have been a smoke, I think, from the Radiant. So
Radiant's middle
that was well
tower is
played.
under attack.
Mask of Madness complete on Faceless. He might go for a solo pick, but oh, Monkey King did go down. I didn't even see that. So
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower has fallen.
So Void's sitting mid like he wants to go in. In fact, there's the Chrono. They're gonna go for this Shaker. Easy kill with the Lich Ult. Nice combo. Good to see that executed well. And King's not back in this bottom lane. I think he's the next target. Certainly needs his farm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That should help.
So the Dire are actually looking for their
Radiant's bottom tower is under
tier 1
attack.
bottom push.
Dire's
They have a
top
good bit of
tower is
sustain
under attack.
with the Necro.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I guess the Radiant are just going to give this up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes.
And this tier 1 tower bottom is going to fall.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So no defense mounted by Cavalry. Hopefully they will find something here as far as leftovers. Maybe going to be the clockwork to find this Doom would be nice. As far as Rubik, he has not... Oh, he has Ice Shards right now, so... So they're trying to make space for this Monkey King to be the real carry. He's still not, you know, not the top farming carry, but I think that once he gets his Battle Fury, he actually will end up the top farmed hero. It's hard to see the Faceless Void keeping up without a similar build of a Battle Fury, so I'm really looking forward to Monkey King doing his thing, and that's actually a really fast support Blink Dagger from this Shaker. I mean, not like that fast, but I've seen some really slow ones lately. I think it was here in China I saw the support Shaker first item Atos. I think that's what it was. Maybe it was a Bat Rider, but either way, happy to see he finally has that item, and this looks like it could be a big fight middle. They have the Blink Echo ready. They also have Exorcism, so this could be turned into an objective. They're going to find Tusk. No hook shot needed, no Echo needed, just a simple kill. Snowball, going to pull him back to Rubik, but easy. Uh-oh. Said easy a few times, but could be hard. There's the two-man Chrono. Oh, beautiful Chrono. The Reaper Scythe added just for the sake of adding insult to injury. And boy, was that nice to see the perfect Chrono and the nice Lich Ult bounce. So DP, no tower pushing Dream alive right now. But, you know, she is a ghost. She has pretty much forever to wait. So hopefully we'll see her use Exorcism up here in this top lane pretty soon. Shaker sitting on the Blink Echo still. Alright, so they are ready to defend this top tower on the Dire. I think they know what's coming. They do have a deep ward as we see here in the lane, so it is currently a 3v3 with the Monkey and the Void both farming elsewhere, so either team wants to go in here. The Radiant have a nice ward here right outside the tower's range, as we can see, so just trying to show you. There we go. So, Exorcism committed. Ice Shard's just for some harass. There is no real way to jump in for the Dire right now. They don't have a blink on this Void or anything like that. He's actually headed in for the Maelstrom next item. And Doom, for his part, going for a Shadow Blade next. So it's going to be a while. Maybe the Tusk will have a blink at some point, but DP gets jumped on. She still has lots of Spirit Siphon. She gets defensively used, I believe. Spirit Siphon healing her up, and Doom goes down without even casting Doom. And that's Tusk to fall as well. So this tower, DP going in deep, and the stolen Snowball from Rubik. Now the Lich ult, do the Delta split, and there's the Reaper Scythe. Gremlin Strike stunning out the Necro, but it does look like Lich will go down barely. Oh, nice shot. Nice rocket flare. So I've been impressed by these Chinese off-lane clockwork, proving the hero is totally still alive. No reason to doubt it. There is no Chronosphere up for another 3 seconds, so that's why he didn't show up. I was starting to wonder. And they haste onto this clock. Could be a nice pickoff. They decide to give it to DP, I guess. Alright, so let's check items overall. I don't think I've missed anything major. The Midas did come out from Doom, and he's going in for the Shadow Blade. He'll be complete in about maybe one more creep camp, not long. There's the really key item as far as timing items onto the Radiant. This Battle Fury from Monkey. It doesn't really let him fight, but it does let him farm. So we'll have to see how fat he can get, but I'm sure he will take over the net worth total lead once he has a little while to farm. Somebody really was rude and left one creep in each of these two camps. I don't know who that was. Can't wait to see the Monkey do some carrying this game. It's always fun to see. And for the Necro, he's actually got the Relic. So I hadn't even thought about what he would be going for next, but he's gone straight in for the Relic. Could be horrible if you don't get it early enough, but this is a good timing. So we'll have to see after this, you know, both teams have some farming items, how the net worth really shakes out, but look how even it is so far. It's been very back and forth, and it's currently sitting at less than 1k, so a smoke now from the Dire heading south into this Radiant jungle on the bottom area, and they're going to find both Shaker and ZX, the Rubik. So both supports, they're actually cutting pretty far west, putting down a ward, less than 1k, so I don't think the Dire are going to find anyone unless the Radiant heroes here show under the creep wave. And here comes the smoke. Will they find anyone? Shaker in the trees. I don't think they gave away anything there. As Necro pops his... Oh, nice slam straight on in. The stolen Snowball. Huge play from this Rubik. And the stolen Death Pulse. What a Rubik player. This could be a big old 2 for nothing, but I still am pretty impressed that they had the guts to go for that. So Rubik doing a ton of damage, but ultimately they got 2 wiped with no support. If they'd had one more hero, that was an easy single kill, if not more. And Faceless finds a DD rune. He could go for a solo kill right now with this Maelstrom up. Fresh Maelstrom and a Mask of Madness, so he's ready to party. But neither team having really any particularly good vision right now, so they're not really finding anyone. Was that a D ward? Maybe there's a gem. No, they just have a... Yeah, alright, so there's the smoke out of the Dire. Doom has his Shadow Blade, Doom is up. Chronosphere is ready, and there's still a little tiny sliver of DD rune left. They're about to run headlong into this clockwork. Will they find... Oh, they scout out the Doom! He gets fogged! It does get out of the Monkey, but just too late to stop the Wukongs. Now the Chronosphere over the top. It's going to be trying to burst down the Monkey. So maybe a bit of a stacked spell case there. But actually the Doom is stolen and returned onto the Faceless Void. He got Chronosphere out, but what a player! Rubik now to go down to Faceless, but still, what an excellent steal by this Rubik. Total of a 4 for 1 though. Doom the only one to pay the price for the Dire. As we do see, this Death Prophet versus the World. How many Spirit Siphon charges does she have? They're all gone. She does manage to kill the Faceless herself. But Necro, healing from the Exorcism keeping her alive. She's gonna have to TP out, but we do see the bash. And that was not even a bash, that was just the walrus punch. She never really left the ground, but she's definitely dead now. Definitely dead now. So a total of a 2 for 4, a 2 for 5. All 5 heroes going down for the Radiant, but still 2 cores going down. So well played by the Rubik at least.
Yes.
What else did Rubik steal? Did I miss something else? Oh, I could have seen it right there. I should have looked. Okay, so the Radiance was completed in that fight as well, so the Necro are really having a good impact. Well played. Can't wait to see this Rubik later in these team fights. Or maybe he'll get a Blink or an Ags. So both teams back to farming for the moment. Let's check that net worth. It's slightly increasing in favor of Duobao.
Bounty.
So some pretty deep vision established for the Dire that fight, but they won't be able to act on it quite yet. The Radiant are really flying blind here, so I hope Cavalry can keep grouping up and maybe use this Exorcism to find some tower damage, but if you want to let this Monkey King farm, I'll show you guys how he's doing. He's going in for the